All right, hey, good morning, everybody. Matt Galogly here with our Monday Morning Motivation, talking to you from the home office today. I got quite a few meetings today. Excited to connect with a lot of doctors today. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about you having a great week. I saw an interesting statistic over the weekend, and it was regarding divorce. And I'm sure you've probably heard some of these statistics, but I'm going to repeat them here because I think it really kind of frames the conversation. And I'm going to talk to you specifically about how this relates to the success of your medical practice and the long-term success of your medical practice. And no, it's not about you staying married to your current spouse, okay? Or not getting married or whatever. That's not the topic of this discussion, okay? But the statistic you'll see here in a second, so just stick with me here. So you've probably seen these statistics. So the statistics are this, is that 55% of first-time marriages end in divorce, okay? But here's the interesting statistic. That first part doesn't surprise me at all. People get married young, people change, you can throw kids into the equation, all of these things. The second statistic is the one that really kind of shocked me. And this statistic is this. And by the way, I got this from the Gottman Institute. If you ever want great teaching on how to make love last, I highly recommend you check out Dr. Gottman. He is the man. Anyway, end of that commercial. So 65% of second marriages end in divorce. Now, I saw that number this weekend. I read that on Friday, and that number staggered me. It absolutely staggered me, okay? Now, I've been married and divorced, okay? I'm currently not married. And it got me thinking about something which I want to tell you about in just a second. And I'm going to tell you in just a minute, but I want to tell you a quick story first. When I first started getting into marketing, this was like 25 years ago when I started my first business. I got connected to a guy by the name of Joe Polish. And Joe Polish is a carpet cleaner. Basically, his business has evolved from that, but he had his own carpet cleaning business in Phoenix, Arizona. And he tells this story. He was struggling really, really badly. And so he and a buddy decide that they're going to go water skiing. He's got a friend of his that's got a really nice place up on Lake Havasu, and they're going to go water skiing for the day. And so they're out water skiing. This guy's got this big house and this big boat, and they're spending a lot of time. And Joe's sitting in the boat, the guy who owns the house and the boat and everything. And he says, "Man, what do you do?" And the guy goes, "Oh, I'm in real estate." And Joe goes, "Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I need to get into real estate. I've got this, maybe I'm thinking that's a pretty good way to make some money." And the guy who owns the big boat and everything says to him, "Well, what do you do now?" And he goes, "Well, I got this carpet cleaning business and it's not doing really well." And the guy's like, "Well, you make it work?" He's, "It's just not doing all that great. I'm not making any money. I'm just not happy." And the guy looks him dead in the eye and he goes, "Joe, until you can make that work, you'll never be able to make the other thing work." And that comment has always stuck by me. Everybody wants to run around and look for greener pastures, right? They're always looking for the new, bright, shiny object. And I'm here to tell you, you got to get away from bright, shiny object-itis, okay? So let's relate this back to the statistic about second marriages, 65% of them have ending in divorce. So I'm thinking about this morning, and I'm having a conversation with my girlfriend, Katie. We're talking about this statistic. And she's like, "Well, just these numbers aren't very good and blah, 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 blah." And I said, "Hold on a second. I can tell you why 65% of second marriages end in divorce. And this relates directly to this and the success that you want in scaling up your practice. And here's how this connects. You ready? The reason why 65% of second marriages end in divorce is people didn't learn their lessons from the first marriage. You see, in society today, it's not our fault, okay? It's the government's fault. It's my parents' fault. It's my family's fault. It's where I grew up. It's I have too much debt. I don't have enough money. I don't live in the right kind of town. My spouse isn't supportive. I have lumbago. We always come up with excuses. And when people get divorced, traditionally what they're doing is they are looking for greener pastures. They think that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, okay? And I, a lot of my friends are divorced. I mean, we talk about this quite a bit. And it relates to businesses as well. Practices, medical practices, I had a conversation with a medical practice owner on Friday, and he's talking to me, you know, I want to add cash base to my business and my insurance side of it isn't going all that great. Well, we talked for a little bit. I put him on the phone with one of my coworkers, and we figured out that he's leaving about $1 million a year on the table with his insurance business. And it's the same thing with related back to marriages or the conversation of Joe Polish, is we aren't willing to really learn the mistakes that we've made in the past to prevent them from happening again. The reason why 65% of marriages, second marriages, don't work is people haven't been willing to learn from their mistakes in the past. They want to say, well, it's not me, it's the other person, right? And I'm going to find a better person who can understand me. The reality is that in my first marriage not succeeding, I'm 100% at fault. It's not 50% at fault. In my businesses that I've had that haven't succeeded, I'm 100% at fault. Okay? Yes, there's always factors that come and go, right? But the reality is that it's me. And until I learn and grow from those mistakes, and I do the deep, hard work in order to get better, I don't have a chance of the second business working. I don't have a chance of the second marriage working, or the third business working, or the fourth business working, or the fourth year working. You have to really do the work. It's not about better Facebook advertising. It's not about you know, a new procedure. Those are all just bright, shiny objects, okay? It's about you doing the work on you and in you, okay? Let's relate this to a patient, and I'm going to end with this. Let's say that you have a patient that comes in and they weigh 320 pounds. They're type 2 diabetic. They have neuropathy in their feet. Their feet are turning purple and maybe a little bit black, right? They have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. They've got all kinds of medical issues going on with them. And they want to say, well, it's my genes. My mama was fat, I'm fat, or overweight, or obese, or whatever the politically correct phrase is. But the reality is when they leave your office, they're swinging by Starbucks and they're getting a double cafe grande latte with extra foam and cream and poured a little extra chocolate syrup on top of it. Or they're driving through the drive-thru at McDonald's and getting a double cheeseburger and fries. And you know, they're just wanting that little pill that's going to allow them to live their same life without making the changes. And that's my question. That's what I want you to really contemplate this week. Okay. Here's your motivation, is that for you to have the success, it's not about bright new shiny object. Okay. It's not about some new whiz bang way to get better reviews. It's about you doing the work. It's about you doing the work on yourself. Now, this is not a popular topic, by the way. Everybody wants everything to be simple and easy. They want something to be plug and play. And there are a lot of things that are plug and play. But until you actually see where you've got to get out of the way to make things work and make things better, you're never going to have the success that you want. Okay? So think about it this way. What if, let's say that you get divorced, okay? What is it that you're going to change and work on about yourself to make yourself attractive to the member of the opposite sex? If you were single again, what would you do? What are the things that you would work on and change in order to make yourself more attractive to the opposite sex from a personality standpoint, to a livability standpoint? Okay? Work on those things now. Work on those things in your business. Make the change now. Start making the changes now for you to be a better business operator, a better business owner. Okay? And I want you, that's your motivation for the week. Make what you have work now. And if we can help you with that, we'd love to. We'd love to talk to you about how to grow your business and scale it to 2x, 3x, or even 4x your business in the next 12 months. All you have to do is just private message me with the word scale, and I'll be more than happy to talk with you directly. But have a great week this week. And remember, it's not about the tactics. It's not about the things. It's about you making the right strategy, having the right objectives, and doing the work. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?